Good Wednesday evening, July 30th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison is encouraging hikers to exercise caution after search and rescue personnel performed 2 wilderness evacuations this past weekend. The city of Wenatchee was forced to decline the lowest bid for the construction of a pavement preservation project on Thursday as it came in $240,000 over the project's budget. Expect hot temperatures again Thursday with a chance for possible severe afternoon and evening thunderstorms. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. A 26-year-old man was arrested for DUI early this morning in Wenatchee after running his vehicle off the roadway and into a fire hydrant. Chief Ryan Moody with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office says it was approximately 1 a.m. when the man drove his Honda Civic into the fire hydrant. It was at the intersection of Pear Lane and 5th Street. Both the driver and his passenger sustained minor injuries but had managed to remove themselves from the vehicle by the time authorities arrived. Washington State Patrol responded to the collision alongside the Sheriff's Office and arrested the driver for DUI. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison is encouraging hikers to exercise caution after search and rescue personnel performed 2 wilderness evacuations this past weekend. Last Friday, Morrison says search and rescue volunteers responded to reports of a 15-year-old female hiker near Kolchuk Lake who had fallen ill. The team met with the young woman on the trail and assisted her out of the area. Then on Sunday, deputies were notified of a 47-year-old male hiker who was non-responsive near Asgard Pass. The U.S. Army Yakima Medevac unit partnered with the Sheriff's Office to provide a house-capable helicopter and transported the man to Yakima Memorial Hospital for treatment. All told, the Sheriff's Office handled 9 calls for rescue in the Chelan County backcountry between Friday and Monday. Chelan County Commissioners have unanimously approved a 6-month moratorium on new tax increment financing districts known as TIFs in unincorporated areas of the county. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports the move comes as the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority considers a 3,300-acre TIF district in Malaga. Commissioners say the port is moving too quickly without considering impacts to taxpayers, land use, public services, and infrastructure. The moratorium is effective immediately with a public hearing set for September 23rd in the Commissioners' chambers. If formed, the Malaga TIF would include the former Wenatchee Works aluminum smelter, a Microsoft data center under construction, and the proposed helium fusion energy site. Chelan County estimates the TIF could divert around $50 million in tax revenue over 25 years. Port CEO Jim Coons says the moratorium doesn't block the port from forming a TIF district, and his agency will continue its due diligence. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports that Lighthouse Christian Ministries will appeal to the Wenatchee Hearings Examiner in early August in hopes of staying open. Lighthouse, the Wenatchee homelessness outreach organization, was hit by a city order revoking its permit in early May over numerous complaints made by its neighbors. Lighthouse staff filed an appeal that same month, arguing that they responded to each of the city's alleged violations. Executive Director Sean Arrington stated in the appeal that since the city's order, Lighthouse had responded to each of their neighbors' concerns. The appeal hearing is scheduled for August 5th. When we come back, the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority will hold a grand opening for its Trades District project next month, and Grant County Sheriff Joey Crete has begun a 1-year term as the Vice President of the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Welcome to the summer of good. Good people, good taste, good vibes, and good, well, everything. When you're ready for some old-fashioned good, Abby's is your place. We've been celebrating summers around the P&W for over 60 years. At Abby's, good is a legendary tradition.
Holy pepperoni, Abby Man. It's the hometown hero bursting onto the scene this July at a special price, starring classic pepperoni, green peppers, and Italian sausage. One bite and wham. Don't miss the summer's biggest blockbuster. The hometown hero has arrived at Abby's.
The city of Wenatchee was forced to decline the lowest bid for the construction of a pavement preservation project on Thursday, as it came in $240,000 over the project's budget. According to the Wenatchee World, the lowest bid came out to approximately $1.8 million, but the city's project budget was $1.6 million. The project would have addressed nearly 8.5 miles of roads in Wenatchee. At the city council meeting, senior project engineer Charlotte Mitchell said the city would put the construction contract out to bid again in the fall. Mitchell said the city's pavement preservation program is operating on about half of the necessary funds to maintain an average pavement condition index of 70 on a scale from 0 to 100. The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority will hold a grand opening for its Trade District project next month. The Trades District is located in the Pangborn Industrial Park and is designed to help launch and grow small businesses in the Wenatchee Valley. It was developed as a business incubator to support startups, creators, and small-scale retailers with flexible space. The grand opening will also include a ribbon cutting, a brief program, and tours of the new tenant spaces. The event is set for August 20th. Grant County Sheriff Joey Crete has begun a one-year term as the Vice President of the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs. Crete has been an active member of the association since 2011, and as Vice President, he will support professional standards across the state and work collaboratively on public safety policy affecting Washington communities. The association brings together top management personnel from law enforcement agencies statewide, including local agencies, the Washington State Patrol, and the Washington Department of Corrections. Crete, who was elected sheriff in 2022, was nominated by his fellow sheriffs to fill the role. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison and East Wenatchee Police Chief Rick Johnson also serve on the board. Coming up next, Rivercom, the 911 agency that serves Chelan and Douglas counties, is having a difficult time keeping pace with its demand for service. More on that coming up in tonight's feature story. Hot once again tomorrow with thunderstorms a possibility both Thursday and Friday. I'll have your full local weather forecast straight ahead as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
There's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
The pitch by Busich.
The Wenatchee AppleSocks are back on the NCWLIFE channel. Watch as they take on the Bellingham Bells Friday, August 1st. Coverage brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Your exclusive television home for AppleSocks baseball is the NCWLIFE channel.
Rivercom, the 911 agency that serves Chelan and Douglas counties, is having a difficult time keeping pace with its demand for service. The agency hopes to build a new $26 million emergency dispatch center in East Wenatchee, but the state legislature failed to honor a $10 million capital budget request this year. Right now, Rivercom shares space with the Wenatchee Police Department, and it's dealing with increasing call volumes and a shortage of staff. In tonight's feature story, Executive Director Doug Jones told NCWLIFE News the board that governs Rivercom is now looking at all available options.
We're moving forward with something that was identified in 2019 as a need through a study, which was we're out of space in this facility. We're out of room to grow our dispatch stations. So that especially when we have a large fire or something where it's all hands on deck, we have more people than we have stations to actually manage that incident. So we need to increase from 11 stations to a larger number so that we can handle growth for one thing, and that we can handle those large incidents with the people that we have. So we're limited that way. The Wenatchee Police Department wants this space back. Chief Reinfeldt, and he said, yeah, we're growing too. This building is 20 plus years old. And so that's part of it. This was not purpose built to be a 911 center. It was a police station, and then Rivercom was coming into fruition, and they were looking for a place for it, and they said, well, let's put it up here. It wasn't, so this building was not designed to be a 911 center. It has a generator, but it doesn't have two, which is best practice for something like this. If our generator goes down, then we're offline, which is not acceptable for 911. So there's a lot of things that this facility is lacking as far as that goes. In addition to space, just the ability to be redundant and to be hardened, so to speak, to have those things. So the project as a whole is estimated to be $26 million. We have spent money on property, which I think you've reported on. We own property in East Wenatchee for a facility, and we have about $10 million in the bank right now in our capital facilities. But we have a funding gap of about $15 million for that new facility. So the board is looking hard at how we're going to fill that gap. And we did go to the state last year and we asked for $13 million. It's a big ask, and we didn't get it. So that's fine. It was a big ask. I understand that, so that is kind of the gap. We are hearing from Senator Cantwell's office on the federal level, though, that she is looking to get us some funds for next year, 2026, and we're on her short list, I guess you would call it, for about $1 million from her office. So that'll help. I think the board is committed to a facility. Again, back in 2019, the study found that this facility was beyond capacity for our needs, and with really no option to grow here. There's just not, we can't add on, obviously, to this facility, and again, the police department needs this space. People look at the $26 million and they say, that's a lot of money, and it is. But a 911 center has a lot of different things that a regular office building doesn't need to have. It needs to be risk category 4, which is a building standard that requires additional footings and a lot of hardening of the building so that when there's an earthquake or whatever the natural disaster is, we are still operating. So there's a lot of things that go into that price tag that are beyond our control. And so we try to be very, I try to be very fiscally responsible with the funds that we get, which is taxpayer money. And so that $26 million is very lean if you look at it. and it is intended to be a 30-year building. So once we get in there, we're going to be set for 30 years.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Wednesday, and boy, it was a hot one out there today. Looking out at the Wenatchee Valley from our tower camera up on Wenatchee Heights, a little bit of cloudiness along the Cascades, but a lot of blue sky today. Not much wind for relief out there, and yeah, many of us hit the century mark, and it's going to be another hot one as we get into Thursday. We are looking at temperatures around 96 Thursday, and then our temperatures will moderate as we get into Friday and especially the weekend early next week, with temperatures Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday actually slightly below normal. But lots of times when we see these hot days, we have thunderstorms to follow, and we have that. You can probably notice as our shot showed you, clouds on the horizon. Isolated thunderstorms are a possibility from about 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight, and then our better chance Thursday and even Friday. We're looking at afternoon, early evening showers both days. We could see hail, gusty outflow winds, downpours of heavy rain, and even some lightning, which we really don't want to see over these next couple of days with our tinder dry conditions here in North Central Washington. So be extra careful over these next couple of days. High temperature today, 100 unofficially here in the Wenatchee area. That's 10 degrees above our pretty hot normal high temperature of 90 degrees. 105 our record. That was set in 2020. This morning, another one of those warm overnight lows, 70 for our low this morning. 64 is normal, and 47 our record low set in 1993. Sunrise 5:37 this morning and sets tonight at 8:37. All right, getting you into those hot temperatures for Thursday. Not much different than today. I lowered everybody's temperature 1 degree for tomorrow. 100 for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. 99 Wenatchee, Eniat, Chelan, and up into Omak. 95 for Lake Wenatchee. 97 in Leavenworth, and a hot one for you folks in Kashmir again with a high of 98 degrees. The reason, once again, high pressure, a ridge all the way up into British Columbia, and as I've mentioned many times, it allows that desert southwest warmth to move our way. We'll be warm overnight tonight. Look at that, lows in the mid-70s overnight tonight. As we get you into Thursday, we'll see partly cloudy skies, especially in the afternoon, and then those thunderstorms, especially along the Cascades. And for you viewers up north, a 30% chance of thunderstorms, maybe higher for some locations. 100, near 100 the high tomorrow. Our first day of August on Friday. That's where our changes begin to come in. We'll see partly cloudy skies, a 40% chance that we'll see some thunderstorms for Friday. It will cool down a lot for Friday with high temperatures below normal into the mid-80s. And then as we get you into the weekend, boy, things look beautiful. High pressure still out in the Pacific. We will dry out on Saturday with temperatures in the upper 80s to about 90. So about normal temperatures as we kick off our upcoming weekend. And then a little cooler weather will come our way. You notice the northwest flow of air, and that'll keep our temperatures mid to upper 80s on Sunday. Lots of sunshine out there. Another beautiful weekend is expected. And as we get you into Monday, maybe some breezy conditions in the afternoon. Not only that, but some clouds and maybe even some isolated shower activity on Monday. We'll continue the cool down with high temperatures to begin next week in the mid-80s. And then for your Tuesday, our weather will continue on the mild side. We'll see mostly sunny skies, maybe a 5 to 15 mile an hour breeze on Tuesday. It'll stay seasonally cool with high temperatures Tuesday in the mid-80s. All right, your 7-day forecast, 75 degrees overnight tonight. Another hot one tomorrow. Keep your eye on the sky both tomorrow afternoon and into Friday. We will see a big cool down, 14-degree cool down as we get into Friday, 85 our high. And then look at that beautiful weekend ahead. Saturday and Sunday, sunny both days with highs in the upper 80s. And then we drop down into the mid-80s with a slight chance for showers on Monday. Mostly sunny skies expected for Tuesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
Oh!
What do you think of that?
Pretty big, I like it.
Watch for new episodes of the Northwest Outdoorsman on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
And a good Wednesday to you. Brent Rooker smacked a 3-run home run and a 4-run third inning as the Athletics beat the Mariners 6-1 last night in Sacramento. Seattle starter Logan Evans would eventually surrender 2 homers on the night as he saw his record fall to 4-4 on the season.
From the stretch, 1-2 again, breaking ball, hammered to left. That ball's got a chance, and that ball is gone!
Starting to take advantage of some mistakes. 81-mile-an-hour curveball stays close to the body line, and let Rook cook.
1-2, lifted to left center field. Rodriguez on the run. That'll go all the way to the wall. Langolier scores on Duhart trades places. It's a 4-0 game.
I understand it's different, but
there goes Randy. The throw, the tag, and he's safe. Randy Arozarena with his 5th consecutive 2020 season. What a feat. Arozarena hoists that bag.
I think he's going to have to put it back. Maybe later. You can
Let's keep going.
Congratulations to Randy. Applause from the dugout.
Hit hard into right field for a base hit. Arozarena scoring the Mariners' first run. Driven in by Jorge Polanco. Mariners on the board with 2 outs in the 4th inning.
Breaking ball lifted to deep left field. Arozarena will turn and watch it fly out of the ballpark. Shea gets his 18th and makes it a 5-1 Athletics lead.
Just been a matter of a few mistakes for the young right-hander. And this is another breaking ball that gets bounced.
And that's line to left. That'll drop down and get all the way to the wall. Hustling around third is Soderstrom. And the relay is cut off. Another RBI double by on Duhart. It's 6-1 green and gold. 2-2 from Kelly. Line drive. Diving catch by Kurtzen. That's how the game will end. Oh, what a play by the first baseman. A's win 6-1.
Two teams play the rubber match of the 3-game set tonight at 7:05. It's on Root Sports Northwest. Houston gained a game back on Seattle in the American League West with a 7-4 win over Washington. Astros now lead the Mariners by 4 games in the division. Angels beat Texas 8-5, so the Rangers remain a game back of Seattle for second place. There are 2 months left of the regular season, so it's time to start watching the wild card playoff race. Right now, the Mariners hold the number 3 wild card spot, a game game in front of Texas, 3 games in front of Tampa Bay, and 3.5 in front of Cleveland. The Guardians beat Colorado 10-4 last night. The Yankees beat the Rays 7-5. Boston beat Minnesota 8-5 to gain a half game on Seattle for the second wild card playoff spot. A culture of instruction continues during Seahawks training camp in Renton. Coach Mike McDonald, now in his second season as Seattle's head coach, says the environment they're trying to create depends largely on veterans helping out the rookies.
You know, even on tape, you can kind of see behind the vets talking to the rookies on both sides of the ball. I think the guys are really conscious about, 12 is one. We're sharpening each other. We're going to compete the heck out of each other when we're going, but we're also going to support each other and hold each other to a certain standard. And it's great to see the vets set the example.
Progressing every single day. I mean, you got to clean up a lot of things, and going against the guys that you go against on the Seahawks D line, they magnify your weaknesses tenfold. So just trying to learn from them and take as much coaching as I can and progress as much as I can. I'll give you guys a little insider information. Coach McDonald probably doesn't want me to, but Leonard Williams, Jay Reed, Murph, those guys are really, really good. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but these guys are one of the best leaders I've been around. Like Leo talking to me the past few days during one-on-ones, helping me out, progressing my kind of pass set, what he's seeing, what I'm feeling, like all that stuff. So I mean, that's just the type of person, player he is, leader he is. So that's kind of the culture that's being built around here.
I mean, I've been lucky to have some really good vets and mentors in my kind of career that just, kind of changed everything for me. And so I'm trying to be that for him, just trying to be a resource for him. Any question he can ask. I know Spoon is trying to be that for him, as well as the other guys on the secondary. Because, like I said, we need him. Like, it's not a thing of he's a rookie, we're going to, be on him a ton. Like, we're going to be on him, but it's all in the effort to just help him get better and just be the best player he can be. I don't know. That's what's special about this room. It's not just like talk. It's everyone, we might get a little chippy in the room, inside the room, behind closed doors. But when we're out here, we have each other's backs and we just want everybody to succeed.
Seattle's first preseason game is a week from Thursday at Lumen Field against the Las Vegas Raiders. Seahawks will host Kansas City Chiefs on Friday, August 15th. Then they'll conclude the preseason on Saturday, August 23rd in Green Bay against the Packers. Wenatchee's ninth inning comeback bid fell just short in Port Angeles last night as the AppleSocks dropped a 2-1 decision to the lefties. Trailing 1-0 in the top of the ninth inning, make that 2-0 in the top of the ninth. Wenatchee loaded the bases with 2 outs and scored 1 run on a hit batsman following a pitching change, the second of the inning. AppleSocks' Adam Haight flew out to left field as Port Angeles held on for the victory. Wenatchee left 9 runners on the base paths in the game, missed opportunities at Civic Field. 2 teams played the rubber match of that 3-game set tonight at 6:35. You can listen for Jackson Dodd on the call on Sunny FM radio. Victoria extended its lead in the WCL North Division second half standings over Wenatchee with a 9-3 win over Kamloops last night. Edmonton kept pace with a 5-1 win over Nanaimo. Kelowna beat Bellingham 5-2. In the South, Portland edged Bend 3-2. Corvallis walloped Walla Walla 11-2. Yakima Valley gave up a 4-run lead in the ninth before walking it off against Springfield in the bottom of the ninth, 18-17. Marion Berries beat Cowlitz 8-2, and Ridgefield edged Northwest Star Nighthawks 5-4. Victoria's lead is a game over Edmonton in the second half standings. Wenatchee is 4.5 games back. Wenatchee's magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 5. Kamloops has 8 games remaining, while the AppleSocks have 7. Any combination of 5 either wins by Wenatchee or losses by the North Paws could clinch a wild card playoff spot for the Sox. If the 2 teams tie in the overall record, Kamloops holds a tiebreaker advantage over Wenatchee in the head-to-head matchups. That's Checkin' Sports News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
The pitch by Busich. Swung on and missed. The Wenatchee AppleSocks are back on the NCWLIFE channel. Watch as they take on the Bellingham Bells Friday, August 1st. Coverage is brought to you in part by Kennedy Real Estate Group, La Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tacos Chava, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Your exclusive television home for AppleSocks baseball, NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.